Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trump Field. We honor our seniors today as part of our celebration for Senior Day. Before we get started, we want to obviously thank all of our parents, all of our families for all of the continued support throughout this season and the many seasons. Thank you again for all joining us here to celebrate our senior class of 2022. Our first senior is Brendan Jones. Brendan will be attending Endicott College next fall. Brendan is accompanied by his mother, Julie, his father, Stephen, his sister, Alex, his grandparents, Marlene and Pat. Congratulations, Brendan. Our next senior is Aiden O'Donovan. Aiden will be attending the University of Rhode Island this coming fall. Today, Aiden is accompanied by his mother, Denise, his father, Brian. And just to recognize, even though they're not present, I believe, I also want to recognize his two brothers, Seamus and Devin. Congratulations, Aiden. Our third senior is Devanshi Tahada. And Devanshi will be attending Framingham State University this coming fall. Today, Devanshi is accompanied by his mother, Melissa, and stepfather, Chris. Congratulations, Devanshi. Our fourth senior is Captain Aiden O'Sullivan. Aiden will be attending Haverford College this coming fall. Today, Aiden is accompanied by his mother, Paula, and his father, Dan. Congrats, Aiden.
Yeah.
Our final senior is Captain Mateus Anel. Unfortunately, Mateus could not be in attendance for today's game, but we wanted to make sure we recognized Mateus, and just so everybody knows, he'll be attending Case Western University this coming fall. At this point, before we get started, I also want to ask all of the Revere seniors to step up and be recognized as well. Congratulations to all you seniors who are graduating this year. Again, thank you to all the parents, all the friends, all the support, and continued support for our baseball program. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon from Trump Field, and today the Highlanders finish off their Greater Boston League schedule as they have a conference game against the Revere Patriots. This is very important for how the Highlanders will finish in the GBL standings. They come in today at the number 2 position currently in the GBL, but with the loss to Lynn English that they just suffered. Lynn English playing Malden today concurrently during this game. So if Lynn English were to lose to Malden and the Highlanders win today against Revere, the Highlanders will solidify second place in the GBL. A win today against Revere will solidify at worst third place for the Highlanders in the GBL regular season this year. So a lot on the line here for the Highlanders as they take on the Patriots of Revere. On the mound for the Highlanders is Aiden O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, with his first offering there, was outside for ball 1. O'Sullivan did pitch against the Patriots back on April 25th. It was an 8-4 Somerville win. He got the win. 6 innings of work, 10 strikeouts, as that one's fouled back into the screen. The Highlanders came away with that 8-4 victory, and that is why they are a game ahead currently of Revere in the GBL standings. O'Sullivan going up against Mikey Pop, Don Boudreau, and Chris Cassidy. Pop at the plate at this point in time. Mikey definitely a all-name selection with the last name Pop, a fantastic baseball name. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Mikey. O'Sullivan on the mound, 4-1 on the season as that's tipped back into the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count to Pop. O'Sullivan 4-1 on the season. Tremendous season thus far for Aiden. Aiden celebrating senior day today. It's the Highlanders here at Trump Field, their last home game of the 2022 campaign, celebrating senior day as that ball's left up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now the count to Mikey Pop. Other seniors celebrating along with Aiden O'Sullivan today. Brendan Jones, the first baseman for the Highlanders. Aiden O'Donovan playing second base today for the Highlanders. And that's a called strike 3. Catches that outside corner. So O'Sullivan starts it off with a strikeout today. Also, Devanshi Tejada playing center field for the Highlanders today, celebrating senior day, and Mateus Anel, also a senior co-captain on this team. Unfortunately, Mateus not here with us today. He tested positive for COVID, so hope he's recovering well and well on his way back to health. As the first offering to Dom Boudreau, O'Sullivan takes a little bit off and catches that outside corner for strike 1. Just underway here at Trum Field, 1 away, top half of the first inning, Patriots versus Highlanders. As that one goes back to the screen for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Boudreau. Good pitching matchup today between the Patriots and the Highlanders. Kyle Cummings on the mound, a young sophomore for the Patriots. He's 4-0 on the season. As that ball back to the screen as well for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Boudreau. Highlanders with a 12-6 record, an 11-3 GBL record. The Patriots come in 12-7 and 10-3 in the GBL. As that was a ball on the outside to Boudreau. 3 balls, 1 strike, now the count. 1 away here, top half of the first inning. Fastball outside, and Boudreau works a walk. Now to bring up Chris Cassidy. Cassidy, the shortstop for the Patriots. Boudreau takes his lead away from first. That one's down low for ball 1 to Cassidy. Highlanders having a great season this year, 12-6 overall, 11-3 in the GBL. Definitively looking towards the playoffs as well. They will likely play a preliminary round game, a qualifying game to get into the main playoff pool, as that's in there for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Cassidy. As Boudreau leads away from first. O'Sullivan fires it over, but Boudreau's back in plenty of time. Highlanders with an excellent 1-2 punch, as that's in there for called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Cassidy. Highlanders with a great 1-2 punch of starting pitching between Aiden O'Sullivan and Kevin Clark. That one's up high, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike, now the count to Cassidy. Excellent starting pitching for the Highlanders throughout this season has helped stake them to that 12-6 record. O'Sullivan's pitch there off the outside corner for ball 4. So a second walk here after an opening strikeout to start this inning. And the Patriots have a runner in scoring position as Giancarlo Miro comes up. He's the first baseman for the Patriots. Patriots now have Boudreau at second, Cassidy at first. There's one area the Highlanders pitching has struggled, and when they have struggled with that, they have run into problems for the team, is with their control. A couple days ago against Lynn English, Kevin Clark was on the mound. Clark had a great first 2 innings, as that's left up high for a ball. Clark had a great first 2 innings and then struggled with his control in the third. Lynn English was able to take the lead that they never relinquished. That's in there for a called strike as he pops the glove nicely to Miro. Brady Roach behind the plate for the Highlanders, completing the battery. So he'll toss back towards second base. Aiden O'Donovan will take it as Boudreaux back very easily. There's one away here. Top half of the first inning, 1-1 is the count. So the closing game of the GBL season for the Highlanders, as the Patriots are here at Trum Field. It's also the close of the Patriots season in general. The Highlanders do have one more game remaining this season. That's a pop-up down the left field line, and it will bend foul for a long strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count to Miro. Highlanders have one more game remaining this season, as they will be going to Watertown on Friday the 27th to complete their regular season. And then next week the playoff pairings will be announced. The brackets will be released throughout all the spring sports. You can find that information on MIAA.net. And that is a called strike 3, as O'Sullivan gets his second strikeout of the inning. That'll bring up Kyle Cummings. Cummings, the young sophomore pitcher for the Patriots, coming to the plate here looking to help his own cause, as he has one runner in scoring position at second base as Boudreaux, Cassidy at first base, both on by virtue of the walk. 2 away now as O'Sullivan works to Cummings. Took a little bit off that and caught the outside corner for called strike 1. Runners away from second. Boudreaux will take third. Cassidy will follow, as Roche was unable to handle the pitch. Basically the transfer from his glove to his hand, to his throwing hand. Pitch was a ball, so it is a 1-1 count to Cummings, and now 2 Patriots are in scoring position with 2 away here. Cummings takes a hack at the high heat and misses it. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Cummings, 2 away, as O'Sullivan tries to get himself out of a bit of trouble. As he walked 2 Patriots earlier this inning, also has 2 strikeouts, and that is a third K for Aiden O'Sullivan, as he strikes out 3 Patriots in the first inning, works around 2 walks, and we are scoreless as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Back for the top half of the first inning, as the Highlanders will have O'Donovan, followed by Bourne and Jones. 1, 2, 3 in the order, leading off here in the bottom of the first inning. Aiden O'Donovan, one of the seniors here on senior day. He's also one of the best offensive threats in the Highlander lineup from the leadoff position. Left-handed batter. Highlanders leading off with 2 left-handed batters in their lineup. 2 of their better offensive players, O'Donovan and Bourne. See what they can do against this young sophomore, Kyle Cummings. Cummings, as I noted, 4-0 on the season, as that is a ball to start off to O'Donovan. No, head coach Matt O'Donnell very, very happy with the leadership that these seniors have taken on with this team. That's one of the primary reasons why they have such a good record, a 12-6 record, as that's a ball inside to O'Donovan. You know, he talked to head coach Matt O'Donnell, and he talks about the offseason and how these seniors were the leading, the drivers behind the offseason program, making sure the team is ready to go. And they have definitely showed it on the field this year. So great leadership from this group of seniors, as that's low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now the count to O'Donovan. Cummings starts off in the hole now, 3-0 offering. Get him over fastball, and he does for a called strike, as O'Donovan was taking the whole way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Aiden O'Donovan. O'Donovan puts a charge into it. Can't be played at third. He's going to be on with a single. He makes a big turn at first and will stay there. That was a hot shot down the third base line. And O'Donovan starts things off with a hit for the Highlanders. That'll bring up Ian Bourne. Bourne, another lefty at the top of this Highlander lineup. Bourne had a great game against the Patriots back in April, as he was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored in that game at Revere. Highlanders like to be very active on the base paths. As you can see, O'Donovan leading away. They like to make the other teams make the plays. As that is low, O'Donovan will go as the pitch got away. And O'Donovan slides in safe at second. Throw gets past the second baseman and the shortstop, and O'Donovan is in safely at third. Max Doucette, the catcher for the Patriots, let that one get between the wickets. Slowly rolled back to the screen. O'Donovan was able to run to second on that one, and then a poor throw to second base got O'Donovan to third. So the Highlanders challenging right now. O'Donovan starting to run away there from third base, faking that he was trying to steal home. Pitch was in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Ian Bourne. Now with a great RBI opportunity. Swing and a miss there for Bourne. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Bourne. O'Donovan started this inning. The hot shot single down the third base line. Was able to steal second and take third on the error as the curveball's left outside to Bourne. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Ian Bourne. That's popped back into the screen. Count remains 2-2. Two offering from Cummings. That's popped in the air, short left field, charging in, looking to make the play, and he does. Runner is away from third, but O'Donovan turns around and heads back. Nice arm in left field, shown off by Dom Boudreau as he made the catch and fired it home. Brendan Jones will now come up for the Highlanders with 1 away here in the top half of the first inning. Jones also had a great offensive game last time against the Patriots. Went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Highlanders would love to see him pick up a 3rd RBI against the Patriots right here as Aiden O'Donovan stands at third base with only 1 away. That one's inside for ball 1 to Jones. Highlanders looking to take the lead early in this game as O'Donovan is at third with 1 away. Good pitch there by Cummings as it catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Jones. Curveball there, did not break across the plate. Stayed inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Jones. Aiden O'Donovan at third base for the Highlanders. Jones swings and misses on that one. Cummings ratcheted up the heat on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Brendan Jones. Jones swings and misses, and that is strike 3. As Cummings is able to get the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Noah Brown, right fielder for the Highlanders. O'Donovan remains at third base. Cummings trying to strand him there. Curveball sweeps across the plate for strike 1 to Brown. That one did not break. Stayed inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Brown. A 1-1 offering from Cummings. Outside. Ball 2. Good eye there by Noah Brown. Cummings looks to have a sweeping curveball going away from righties. There's that fastball. Noah Brown with the chopper towards short. He fires it across. And the Patriots able to get out of the inning on the 6-3 putout. That'll do it. We remain scoreless as we move towards the second inning. And we're back for the top half of the second inning. Scoreless game here at Trum Field as both teams threatened, and both starting pitchers were able to turn away the threats as Aiden O'Sullivan stranded 2 Patriots on the base paths. Kyle Cummings for the Patriots was able to strand 1 Highlander at third base. Patriots have coming up O'Brien, Cheka, and Svindenson. As O'Brien, chopper to third, fielded by Antonelli, fires across, and he gets him. One pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring up Chris Cheka, the right fielder for the Patriots. That one catches the outside corner from O'Sullivan for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Cheka. 1 away here, top half of the second inning. That one's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Cheka. We talk about the playoffs coming up across the entire MIAA spring sports landscape. So that one's outside on the fastball for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Any information you need on those playoff brackets you can find at MIAA.net. Those brackets will be released across all of the spring sports on Wednesday, June 1st, as that's in there for called strike. Catch has just caught the bottom of the strike zone there to Cheka. It's a 2-2 count now. Those brackets will be posted on Wednesday the 1st. Playoffs will begin, and that's swing and a miss. Cheka could not catch up to the heat from O'Sullivan. That'll bring up Ole Svinson. Or Svindenson, I'm sorry. That's left outside to Svinson. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. That's left inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Svinson. 2 away. Top half of the second inning. That's a hot shot down the first base line. Fair. It's going to get out into right field. Noah Brown will field it out there. Svinson will make the turn but stay at first. Brown did a nice job getting around on that one and preventing it from going any deeper into the outfield. So Svinson finds himself at first base with a single. That'll bring up Sal DeAngelis, second baseman for the Patriots. 2 away here, top half of the second inning. As O'Sullivan fires it over. Svinson back easily. Talk about the playoff matchups or the playoffs that are coming up. Highlander baseball, of course, will be battling in the playoffs as that catches the outside corner to DeAngelis for strike 1. Highlander volleyball will also be involved in some playoff action this spring into the early summer. 0-1 offering, that's popped up third base side. Antonelli ranging back, reaches back as he reaches the edge of the grass, and he pulls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. We will move to the bottom half of the second inning, tied at 0s. We're back for the bottom half of the second inning. Highlanders will have coming to the plate numbers 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Aiden O'Sullivan, Kevin Clark, and Brady Roach. Aiden O'Sullivan leading off here in the second. On the mound for the Highlanders today, looking to help his own cause from the plate. That one's fouled back into the screen for strike 1. 0-1 now the count to O'Sullivan. Scoreless tie here. Bottom half of the second inning. Important game for both teams. That's inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to O'Sullivan. Very important game for both teams in the GBL standings. A win by Revere today will give them 3rd place. A win by the Highlanders will secure at worst 3rd place in the GBL regular season. That's a line shot into left field, but playing him perfectly is Dom Boudreau. Boudreau in the perfect location out there. Had to take a couple steps back and brought that one right in. So good wood there for O'Sullivan, but ended up with naught. That'll bring up Kevin Clark, the shortstop for the Highlanders. Clark, the other head of that two-headed monster starting pitching duo for the Highlanders. As that's low for ball one to Clark. That's fouled off. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Kevin Clark. 1 away here. The bottom half of the second, scoreless game here at Trum Field. The winner of this game takes 3rd place in the GBL regular season. That's outside. Ball 2. Good eye by Kevin Clark there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to the Highlander shortstop. Highlanders could sneak into 2nd place if Malden is able to upset Lynn English today, as that one's popped up. Right fielder charging in. He overran it. He ran too far back, misjudged it. As Cheka misjudged that one and did not get in quickly enough to make the play. So a single for Kevin Clark on the misjudged fly ball. Very high sky here today. Sunny, very few clouds. The Highlanders have a single due to it. Brady Roach brought to the plate now for the Highlanders. 1 away, bottom of the second, as Clark stands at first. Cummings fires over. Clark back in plenty of time. Roach taking the catching duties today for the Highlanders. Mateus Anel, unfortunately, not here due to COVID restrictions, as Clark is back again. Patriots very well aware the Highlanders like to be very active on the base paths. Clark taking a good lead away from first base. He fires it back, barely back in time. As Clark was able to slide in just before. Miro, the Patriot first baseman, definitely thought he'd gotten the tag in there in plenty of time. But Clark remains safe there. That is a fastball in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Brady Roach. As Roach hits that one in the middle, fielded by the shortstop. He steps on second, overthrows first. Ball bounced back to Miro, the first baseman, but his throw to second is too high. And so Roach will stand at second. Clark is out on the fielder's choice. As Cassidy came over, tagged second to get Clark on the force out, but then threw the ball too high to Miro to first. Roach was able to get to second base on the error. That brings up Jared Antonelli. Antonelli, the third baseman for the Highlanders. That's fouled off. Back to the screen on the check swing. 0-1 the count. 2 outs now here, bottom of the second inning. Scoreless game. Highlanders once again have a runner in scoring position as Brady Roach stands at second. That one curved across the plate from Cummings. You see the sweeping fastball he uses there. Antonelli, fooled by it, kind of slid out of the batter's box right as it broke across the plate. 0-2 now the count with 2 away here. Cummings looking to get out of trouble again. Antonelli pops this one up. Center field. Settling underneath it is Mikey Pop. And Pop makes the play, and that will do it. As the Highlanders are turned away in the bottom half of the second, we move to the third in a scoreless tie. We are back for the third inning. As here in the top half of the third inning, it will be the top of the Patriots lineup. As Mikey Pop will lead off, followed by Don Boudreau and Chris Cassidy, 1, 2, and 3 in the Revere lineup. Pop struck out looking back in the first inning. I've already named Mikey to the all-name team. As Mikey Pop is just a great baseball name. That pitch is left up high by O'Sullivan, ball 1 to Pop. Fastball's popped up on the third base side, and it will go out of play. Hope it doesn't hit my car. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Pop. That one goes behind Pop. O'Sullivan lost the grip on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 2. O'Sullivan ratcheted up the speed on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Mikey Pop. Another fastball. This time he gets it down the third base line past Antonelli. Bourne has to go to the ground as he blocks it, but not able to find it. And into second base is Mikey Pop. As he showed some pop right there with that shot down the third base line. Nobody out, and the Patriots have a runner in scoring position after the Pop double. That'll bring up Don Boudreau. Boudreau walked in the first and was left stranded at second. As O'Sullivan now dealing with a Patriot in scoring position with nobody out here, top half of the third inning. Revere has been on a hot streak. As this one, fly ball out into left field, Ian Bourne settling underneath it, and he tried to squeeze it too early, and it came out of the glove, and they are going to get Pop at third. As Bourne tried to squeeze that one a little bit early, popped right out of his glove. Quick reaction by Ian Bourne, fired it to third, and Antonelli was able to get the tag down. So Pop is erased, but Boudreau is in safely at second base. So the Patriots maintain a person in scoring position. 1 out now after the fly ball mishandled by Ian Bourne. That'll bring up Chris Cassidy. He walked in the first inning as well, was left stranded at first base. Swing and a miss on the fastball offering there from O'Sullivan. Boudreau at second base now. 1 away. O'Sullivan fires it back. O'Donovan makes the catch, but Boudreau back in plenty of time. Boudreau looking to steal third. Roach with the throw down, and Boudreau's in safe. Pitch was a ball, so 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Cassidy. Patriots have the go-ahead run here in the third inning, 90 feet away. That's a foul ball. Back into the screen, 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Cassidy. Scoreless ball game, but the Patriots knocking on the door. They have Boudreau at third with 1 away. Cassidy looking to bring him home, but it's a 1-2 count as O'Sullivan trying to get out of this. Swung on and miss, and that is strike 3. Another strikeout there for O'Sullivan as he rings up his 4th of the game. That'll bring up Giancarlo Miro, first baseman for the Patriots. Miro struck out looking back in the first inning. Strike that, by the way, that is the 5th strikeout for O'Sullivan today. Now there's 2 away. So Sullivan Hit by Miro down the third base line. Way down there past Ian Bourne as well. It rolls all the way to the fence as Miro put a charge into that one, and the Patriots take the lead on the RBI double by Giancarlo Miro, scoring Don Boudreau. That'll bring up Kyle Cummings, Patriot pitcher today. Cummings struck out swinging to end the first inning, stranding 2 Patriots on base. Looking to help his own cause here, 2 away. 1-0 lead now for the Patriots. So Sullivan pops that on the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 offering, just outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count to Kyle Cummings. Patriots taking the lead on the RBI double by Giancarlo Miro. After Boudreau stole third, came around to score on that double. It's a high chopper towards third. Antonelli takes a Sunday hop, fires across the diamond, and that will do it for the Patriots. But not before they get a run across. They take the lead as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Keep your balls in the air. That's a song from Arrested Development. Keep your balls in the air. It's a dumb song from Arrested Development, the television show Arrested Development.
Oh, okay. Who did the song?
I don't even know. I have no earthly idea. It's just a really dumb song when the 2 brothers, Job and Michael, are fighting in a ball pit. We are back for the bottom half of the third inning as the Highlanders will have coming to the plate numbers 9, 1, and 2 in the batting order. Tejada, O'Donovan, and Bourne. Devanshi Tejada at the plate, one of the seniors being celebrated today. Senior day here at Trum Field. And he puts a charge into that one. Center field, settling underneath it though, as Pop makes the play. First out here. Patriots took the lead in the top half of this inning on a Giancarlo Miro RBI double. They lead 1-0. So Highlanders turn the lineup over, bring up Aiden O'Donovan. O'Donovan singled and was stranded at third back in the first inning. O'Donovan and Bourne, the lefties at the top of the lineup. A good combo offensively. See if they can break through against young Mr. Cummings on the mound. Cummings 4-0 on the season. Young sophomore, kind of a lanky guy out there. That's in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to O'Donovan. Looks like Cummings able to ratchet up the speed when he needs to, but also has a nice sweeping curve. However, the lefties at the top of this lineup would be able to get a good vision on that curve on the release point, I think. That's a high chopper. Miro's going to have to play it. Weird spin for him. Tosses it over, but Cummings isn't able to make it in time. O'Donovan's on with the infield single. Miro got caught between the hops there, and it was a weird spin on it. Had a lot of top spin. Made it a very difficult play for him, so O'Donovan now on with the single, one away. Highlanders have O'Donovan at first. Ian Bourne now coming to the plate. We're going to have a meeting on the mound with the Patriots. Talk about the GBL season and what we're looking at here in terms of looking towards the playoffs as well. Highlanders looking to finish. At worst, they would finish 4th in the GBL if they were to lose today. At best, with a win by Malden against Lynn English, that game is currently going on right now, the Highlanders could catapult into 2nd place. But a win today would definitely guarantee them 3rd place in the GBL. Also, with their record of 12-6, they definitely will be in the playoffs. They will have to play a preliminary game. They do not have the best strength of schedule. Of course, you can just play the people in front of you on your schedule, and that's what the Highlanders have done. So they will have to play the prelims. As the meeting is over, Cummings offering here to Bourne is down low for ball 1. Aiden O'Donovan on at first. 1 away here, bottom half of the first. Highlanders trailing by 1. Ian Bourne at the plate. As that one's inside for ball 2 to Bourne. Bourne popped out into left field in the first inning. So he fires it over to first as Cummings, but O'Donovan back in time. The lefties at the top of this lineup, very difficult to handle, good offensive players. So that one's in there for a called strike. Looked like the curveball caught the outside corner, makes the count 2-1. O'Donovan leads away from first, 1 away here. Bottom of the 3rd, Highlanders trailing 1-0. That one's in there for a called strike. Fastball catching the outside corner that time to Bourne. Two offering to Bourne. O'Donovan's away. It's a high chopper fielded by Cassidy. He gets the one out at second as he tagged just before O'Donovan got there, but Bourne did get in safely as he beat the throw to first. Patriots definitely disagree, as we're going to have Patriot head coach Mike Manning coming out to plead his case. I had a great view of that play, and Bourne did beat the throw to first base. There's no question about that. They're talking about the possibility of an interference call, I believe, against O'Donovan as he went into second base. Cassidy fielded that ball right on top of the base, basically 1 or 2 steps just beyond the base. He was able to run up, touch the bag, but then he had to throw around O'Donovan. So what they're talking about, and they are going to say Bourne is out, and that will do it as a double play is granted to the Patriots due to runner interference. That's going to do it for the Highlanders in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We move to the 4th. Highlanders trailing 1-0. We are back for the top half of the 4th inning as the Patriots have coming to the plate numbers 6, 7, and 8, O'Brien, Cheka, and Svensson. As O'Brien leads off here against O'Sullivan. Patriots leading 1-0 as they got one across on an RBI double by Giancarlo Miro. O'Sullivan left that up high for ball 1. Ball 2 to O'Brien. O'Brien grounded out to Antonelli at 3rd, back in the 2nd inning. Fastball caught the inside to O'Brien. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. O'Sullivan pitching very well out there, as that one's fouled back. Strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Bobby O'Brien. Patriots leading this game 1-0 here into the top half of the 4th inning. That's swung on and missed for the strikeout. That'll be strikeout number 6 on the day for O'Sullivan. That'll bring up Chris Cheka. Cheka, one of the strikeout victims earlier today. He struck out back in the second inning. That's in there for a called strike. A little curveball right there that O'Sullivan used to catch the outside corner. There's your heater there from O'Sullivan. It's fouled back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count. You can see the variation in speed and location that O'Sullivan's able to use to great effectiveness. That one's left outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Cheka. That's fouled. Count remains 1-2. When you have pitching like the Highlanders do, and O'Sullivan that they can roll out there, you got a Kevin Clark that they can roll out there. That's another foul tip. They've gotten a win as well from Brendan Jones this season. So count remains 1-2. Jared Antonelli also got a win for them this year, and that is called strike 3 as he catches the outside corner with that curveball. Strikeout number 7 for Mr. O'Sullivan today. That'll bring up Ole Svensson. Ole singled down the first base line back in the second inning. He was left stranded at first. The curveball doesn't catch the strike zone. Breaks low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Svensson. 2 away here. Top half of the 4th inning. Highlanders trailing 1-0. So he leaves the fastball up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count. Now I mentioned the good pitching that the Highlanders have, and it's so important as they look towards the playoffs. As that's a line shot once again down the first base line, but it bends foul. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike to Svensson. Two away here. Top half of the 4th, a 2-1 offering to Svensson. It's a ground ball. Antonelli snow cones it, able to get it. Fires it across the diamond. And that will do it. 1, 2, 3. The Patriots go down here in the top half of the 4th. We move to the bottom half. Highlanders trailing 1-0. We are back for the bottom half of the 4th inning. Highlanders have coming to the plate numbers 3, 4, and 5. Brendan Jones, Noah Brown, and Aiden O'Sullivan to face off against Kyle Cummings. Cummings has pitched very well through 3. He's gotten very little traffic on the base paths today. The Highlanders have only left 2 runners on through the first 3 innings. As Brendan Jones swings and misses at the first offering from Cummings. Strike 1. Highlanders trailing 1-0 here against the Patriots. Highlanders struggling here at the end of the season. They've lost 4 of their last 5. As that is inside. Looks like he may have gotten him on the jersey, and it did. I don't even think Brendan knew it got him on the jersey, but it did. So Jones heads to first base. Highlanders have the leadoff man on. This is the second time today they've had the leadoff man on. They got the leadoff man on back in the first inning as well. We're not able to catch that in. Noah Brown now coming to the plate. Brown grounded out to short to end the first inning. As Brendan Jones stands at first. Cummings checks him. That one's fouled back into the screen by Brown for strike 1. Mentioned two teams going different directions right now. Highlanders losing 4 of their last 5. Patriots winning 5 of their last 6. As the Patriots have come storming back from the middle of the pack in the GBL, looking to secure a 3rd place in the regular season. Highlanders looking to hold on and secure 3rd place. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Noah Brown. Nobody out here, bottom of the 4th. Highlanders trailing 1-0. It's Kyle Cummings pitching very well on the mound for the Patriots. Brown fouls that back into the screen for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Noah Brown. Highlanders have a runner on first, Brendan Jones. He was hit by a pitch. High heat, Brown swings and misses. 1 away here for the Highlanders in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Aiden O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan lined a shot into left field. Hit it right on the screws, but right at Don Boudreau, the left fielder for the Patriots, for the out. As Cummings fires over, Jones barely back in time, but he was able to get in under the tag. There's 1 away here. Bottom of the 4th, Highlanders trailing 1-0. Important game here for the Highlanders as they want to secure at worst 3rd place in the GBL regular season. That pitch catches the corner for strike 1. No ball, 1 strike, now the count to Aiden O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan looking to help his cause. Starting Highlander pitcher today. O'Sullivan as well, one of those seniors we're celebrating today here at Trum Field. Count is even 1-1. Jones has a pretty good lead at first. Cummings notices it, fires across. Could have maybe gotten him, but Miro did not hold on to the ball. Very close play. Jones, though, safe. Jones taking another decent-sized lead as the fastball is left up high by Cummings. To O'Sullivan, 2-1 is the count. That curveball caught the outside corner. That was the sweeping curve that he likes to use. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to O'Sullivan. That one's left up high for ball 3 as O'Sullivan runs it full. Highlanders looking to scratch some runs onto the board. Patriots leading this one 1-0. Cummings pitching very well on the mound. That is a fastball inside. And O'Sullivan walks. So Jones heads to second, O'Sullivan at first. Highlanders have a runner in scoring position for Kevin Clark. Clark singled back in the 2nd inning and was out on a fielder's choice on an unassisted play by Cassidy, the shortstop. 1 away here. Bottom of the 4th, Highlanders trailing by 1. They have 2 runners on, though, as Kevin Clark steps in, offering from Cummings. Curveball down low in the dirt for ball 1. That's a looper just over the outstretched glove of Cassidy at shortstop. Brendan Jones was not able to take off because he couldn't tell whether Cassidy was going to be able to make the catch. So the bases are going to be filled with Highlanders after the single by Kevin Clark, bringing up Brady Roach with 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th of a one run a game. Easy for me to say. Roach grounded into a fielder's choice. Back in the second inning. Kind of a circus play. Cassidy made the play for the fielder's choice. A second, threw over to first over Miro's head. Then Miro's return throw to second to try to get Roach was too high. But he was left stranded on the base paths, as that is in there for a called strike. Roach also a lefty for the Highlanders. Cummings has struggled a bit with the lefties at the top of the lineup here. It's a ground ball to short. He kicks it around a little bit, and there are no plays to be made as the Highlanders tie this one up on the ground ball by Brady Roach to third base. Ole Svensson picked that one up after a slight misplay, but there was nowhere to go with it. So the Highlanders keep the bases loaded with one away as Jared Antonelli steps up. He hit the fly ball to center field for an out back in the second inning. Tie ball game now 1-1, and this is a fly ball as well towards center field. As Pop settles underneath it, he makes the catch. Highlanders send the runner from third, and the Highlanders have the lead. As safe back into second base is Clark. O'Sullivan scores, and Antonelli gets the RBI on the sac fly. Highlanders now take the lead, a 2-1 lead for the Highlanders on that sac fly by Jared Antonelli. Two runners still left on. We're going to see whether he left third early, and he did not.
Time is out. Estimated time. Therefore, during a dead ball timeout of the field, all you have to do is verbalize it. So after you can make a call.
And he's safe. The field umpire explaining the situation, that time was out and you can make a verbal appeal. You don't have to throw over to third. And the home plate umpire making the call that O'Sullivan had not left early, and the Highlanders get those two runs. So Tejada up now with one away still here in the bottom of the fourth. Highlanders have taken the lead, and Tejada, a hot shot up the middle. Cassidy fields it, fires over to first. He'll get Tejada, and that will do it for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the fourth, but they're able to take the 2-1 lead. We move towards the fifth inning. We are back for the top half of the fifth inning as the Highlanders got two across in the bottom of the fourth to take a 2-1 lead here in this GBL matchup. The battle for third place in the GBL. The winner today takes third place. The Highlanders still have the opportunity to get second, depending upon what happens at Malden today, at Lynn English today, between Lynn English and Malden. But a win today will guarantee a top three finish for the Highlanders in the GBL this season. A great accomplishment for these seniors that we are celebrating today. Aiden O'Sullivan staked to this one-run lead as he goes up against Sal DeAngelis for the Patriots. DeAngelis just fouled that back into the screen, evening the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. This one's fouled back into the screen by DeAngelis. DeAngelis popped up just into the outfield grass, fielded by Jared Antonelli for the out to end the second inning. In his previous at bat, he's over 1 on the day. So that's left up high. Out well ahead of that curveball, popped up, and O'Donovan comes in and makes the play. And one away here in the top half of the fifth. That will turn the lineup over for the Patriots as Mike Pop comes to the plate. Pop is 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking in the first, hit a double back in the third. First offering from O'Sullivan outside for ball 1. O'Sullivan pitching very, very well today. Has allowed only the 1 run. Also has 7 strikeouts so far through his 4 1/3 innings of work. As that one stays off the plate for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes now to Mikey Pop. Fastball, blew it right by him for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. That one's inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike, now the count to Mikey Pop. That's a fly ball into left field. Put a charge into it off the fence in left field. Ian Bourne gets it, fires it in. Possible play at second, but Mikey slides in safe with his second double into left field of this game. Mikey Pop definitely showing the pop today. He gets his second double of the day, 2 for 3 on the day, and now the Patriots have the tying run in scoring position with 1 away here in the top half of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Dom Boudreau. Boudreau singled. I'm sorry, actually was on by virtue of a fielder's choice. And he squares around the bunt. O'Sullivan fields it, fires it over to Jones, but puts it up too high, and it gets by Jones. This game is tied as Pop comes home on the errant toss by O'Sullivan. Boudreau will wind up at second base. You see it all the time. The pitcher who throws constantly, not used to throwing towards first base, overthinks it a little bit. And that's exactly what O'Sullivan did in that situation. And now we have a tie ball game, 2-2, and the Patriots have the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the top of the 5th. O'Sullivan fires to second. Back safely is Boudreau. Boudreau scored the first Revere run on an RBI double by Miro. Cassidy now up. He squares around the bunt. O'Sullivan fires that one over to first. Good throw. Jones gets it and the out on the sac bunt. Boudreau moves to third. So with 2 away, the go-ahead run is 90 feet away for the Patriots. Brings up Giancarlo Miro, dangerous hitter for the Patriots. He struck out looking back in the first, got an RBI double to open the scoring in the third, and that will necessitate a mound visit from Matt O'Donnell, the head coach for the Highlanders. So the Patriots mound visit is over as O'Donnell's headed back to the dugout. Tie ball game here, 2-2, 2 outs, top half of the 5th inning, but one of the more dangerous hitters. That's in there for a strike. Possible rundown here is Miro's on first. Cummings at the plate. 2 runners on. So Highlanders put Miro on first. He takes second on a stolen base. Cummings swings and misses, gets past Roach, but bounces right back to him. (0-2) is the count to Kyle Cummings. That's a hot shot, just foul down the third base line. Count remains 0-2. 2 away here. Top half of the 5th inning, tie ball game, 2-2, but the Patriots have 2 runners in scoring position. Kyle Cummings, the Patriot pitcher, at the plate looking to give himself a lead. Boudreaux playing a little game there at third base, trying to get into O'Sullivan's head. Aiden should worry about the player at the plate. He does, and he strikes him out, and that will do it for the Patriots here in the top half of the fifth inning, but they're able to tie it up on the RBI by Dom Boudreaux after the Mikey Pop double. And so we are tied at 2s as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. We are back for the bottom half of the fifth inning of a tie ball game between the Patriots and the Highlanders today at Trum Field. Closing of the GBL schedule for the Highlanders. Highlanders turn the lineup over. They have 1, 2, and 3. O'Donovan, Bourne, and Jones looking to break this tie. New pitcher on the mound is Mikey Pop for the Patriots. As Kyle Cummings done for the day, he has shifted over to the shortstop position. Charge put into that one as O'Donovan hits it into center field, but well played out there. Dom Boudreaux able to make the catch. That'll bring up Ian Bourne. Bourne 0 for 2 on the day, facing off against Pop. Pop leaves that one up high for ball 1. Up high again to Bourne for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Ian Bourne. Swung on and missed that time by Bourne. 2-1 is your count. Tie ball game here at Trum Field. Winner secures third place in the GBL regular season. That fastball's in there for called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Ian Bourne. 2 away here, I should say, I'm sorry, 1 away here. Tied at 2s, bottom of the fifth inning. Bourne fouls that one off, stays alive, keeps the count 2-2. And close the door on Kyle Cummings. Cummings went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 2 as Bourne hits that one back into the screen. Count remains 2-2. As we look around the infield, just trying to figure out where everybody is moved. Cassidy has shifted from shortstop over to second base. Pop has moved from center field to the pitcher's mound. Boudreaux has moved from left to center. So that's inside. Runs the count full to Bourne. And Kyle Cummings has shifted to the shortstop position. Full count offering left up high, and Bourne walks. So the Highlanders trying to get something going here. Tied up 2-2 in the bottom half of the fifth inning. They have Ian Bourne at first. That brings up Brendan Jones. Jones had a great game against the Patriots back in April. So he went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs in that game. Could definitely use one here. He has a run scored today, does Brendan, as he was hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning and came around to score on Brady Roach's RBI. Bourne leads away from first, 1 away here. So that's left up high to Jones for ball 1. Mikey Pop has been brought in relief, and there's going to be a discussion on the mound with young Mr. Pop. Discussion is over on the mound. It's one away here, bottom of the 5th inning. Highlanders have a runner on first. That's Ian Bourne. It's a 1-0 count to Brendan Jones. A 2-2 game here to determine third place in the GBL regular season as that pitch is left outside for ball 2 to Jones. Highlanders put 2 across in the bottom of the 4th. Patriots answered back with 1 run to tie it up in the top, I should say, of the 5th. As that one dropped in for a strike at the upper portion of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Jones. Fastball inside to Jones. Runs the count 3-1. Pop gets his signal, kicks and delivers. It's a high chopper, third base. Svensson fires it across, and he's able to get Jones. Ian Bourne able to advance to second on the throw across the diamond. So the Highlanders with a runner in scoring position, 2 away here. Bottom of the 5th. Noah Brown comes up. Brown 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the 4th. Grounded out too short in the 1st. Tie ball game, 2-2. Greater Boston League battle here between the Patriots and the Highlanders. Pop checks the runner, fires it in there, swung on and missed by Brown for strike 1. That one caught the outside corner, called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Noah Brown. Highlanders have Ian Bourne in scoring position at second base. A tie ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. So that's fouled back into the screen. Noah Brown stays alive. Count remains 0-2. Mike Pop on the mound for the Patriots just came on in this inning in relief of Kyle Cummings. That's fouled back by Brown again. Continues to stay alive. Another 0-2 offering from Pop. Bourne is away. Ground ball foul, as Bourne was running with the pitch in that case. He will head back to second base as Brown fouls away his 3rd straight pitch in a row after going down 0-2. Another 0-2 offering. That one's in the dirt. Bourne is safe at third. As the pitch bounced up there, Doucette was able to get in front of it, but it bounced out in front of home plate. So Bourne was able to take third base. Highlanders have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. 2 away here, bottom of the 5th. 1-2 offering to Noah Brown is inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Brown got behind in this at-bat, 0-2. Fouled off 3 straight pitches. Now he's evened it up at 2-2. There's 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Highlanders looking to take a lead. They have the go-ahead run at third. Mikey Pop fires the fastball past Noah Brown. Swing and a miss, and that will do it for the Highlanders. We remain tied at 2 as we go to the 6th. We are back for the top half of the 6th inning. Highlanders and Patriots tied at 2. Aiden O'Sullivan remains on the mound for the Highlanders. here into the top half of the 6th inning. Patriots will have coming to the plate 6, 7, and 8. Bobby O'Brien, Chris Cheka, as O'Brien hits that one to third. Antonelli takes the hop, fires it across. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Chris Cheka. Cheka 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out swinging and struck out looking. Ole Svensson will be in the on-deck circle for the Patriots. Curveball catches for strike 1. O'Sullivan doing a very effective job of changing things up, speed and location. He gets the fastball right by Cheka there. No balls, 2 strikes now the count. 1 away here, top half of the 6th inning, tie ball game 2-2. Ground ball towards second. O'Donovan fields it, fires it over to first, and that will do it for out 2, bringing up Ole Svensson. So Highlanders looking to have a quick 1-2-3 inning here. They were able to take the Patriots down 1-2-3 back in the 4th inning as well. Svensson comes up. He singled down the right field line back in the 2nd and grounded out to 3rd. Swing and a miss there on the O'Sullivan offering. 0-1 delivery here. Catches the outside for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Aiden really settling in out there on the mound late in this game. Takes a little bit off. Svensson well ahead of it. Strike 3. Another strikeout for O'Sullivan, and we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, tied up at 2s. We are back for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tie ball game between the Highlanders and the Patriots, 2-2, and a new pitcher on the mound for Revere as Chris Cassidy moves on to the mound. Pop returns to center field. First offering from Cassidy. Off the plate, ball 1. Highlanders have coming to the plate this inning numbers 5, 6, and 7. Aiden O'Sullivan, Kevin Clark, and Brady Roach. O'Sullivan doing a great job on the mound for the Highlanders. Wants to help his own cause here at the plate. Cassidy struggling with his control in his first 2 offerings. Well off the plate outside to O'Sullivan. That was a nice pitch as O'Sullivan was ahead of it. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Aiden O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan walked and scored back in the 4th. He lined out to center field, or left field I should say, back in the 2nd. He hit that one right on the screws. That one's a pop-up, right field. Coming in, looking to make the play, and he will, is Chris Cheka. That'll bring up Kevin Clark. Clark singled back in the 2nd inning. He was out on a fielder's choice, moving towards second base, and back in the 4th inning, he walked. Pitches inside for ball 1. Highlanders and Patriots tied up 2-2 here. Winner is guaranteed 3rd place in the GBL. Loser will drop down to 4th. As that pitch from Cassidy is a ball to Clark. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count. 1 away here. Clark hits that one hard out into left field, and that ball is off the fence in left field. Clark turns the corner at first, and he's into second base standing with a stand-up double. Clark put a charge into that one. 1 hop the fence out in the left field. Highlanders got something brewing here in the bottom of the 6th of a tie ball game as Brady Roach comes to the plate. Brady already has 1 RBI today. Looking to pick up another one as Clark stands at second base with that double. Closed the book on Mikey Pop from the mound. He went 1 inning, no runs on no hits. He walked 1 and struck out 1. Chris Cassidy now on the mound for the Patriots. As that one is low for ball 1. Brady Roach, catcher for the Highlanders, at the plate. Got an RBI back in the 4th inning. Love to pick up another one here for the Highlanders as the go-ahead run stands at second. That pitch gets in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Brady. Cassidy's offering. Ground ball, second base side. Bobbled a little bit at second. And Roach is in. Safe at first. As DeAngelis bobbled it a little bit. Clark is able to advance to third. The Highlanders have the go-ahead run 90 feet away with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Jared Antonelli, who already has an RBI sac fly today, is coming up to bat. We're going to have a meeting on the mound for the Patriots. As Cassidy has come in, he was able to get Aiden O'Sullivan on a fly out to right field, but Kevin Clark doubled off the left field wall. Brady Roach able to get on base via the error on the second baseman. And now the Highlanders have runners on the corners of a 2-2 game here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Highlanders with their pitching would love to get the lead here as they look towards the end of this game. Aiden O'Sullivan has been absolutely excellent on the mound, allowing the 2 runs. He also has 8 strikeouts through 6 innings of work. Strike that, actually 9 strikeouts through 6 innings of work. Keep on forgetting he struck out 3 in the 1st inning. He did, however, walk 2 in that inning also. It's the give and take of the Highlander pitching staff. Sometimes the control leaves them for a bit of time. O'Sullivan was able to pitch around those 2 walks, striking everybody else out that inning, way back in the 1st. Highlanders now runners on the corners, 1 away, 2-2 tie as Jared Antonelli steps in. Antonelli already with 1 RBI and a sac fly. As catcher's indifference will allow Roach to take second base. Highlanders now with runners on second and third of a 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 6th. Offering from Cassidy is up high. Antonelli went fishing for that one way up high and gets the second strike. O2 offering up high, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Jared Antonelli. There's only 1 away here. Highlanders have 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. Kevin Clark stands at third. Brady Roach is at second. It's a ground ball fielded by Cassidy. Nice glove out there on the mound by Chris Cassidy as he flashes the leather and is able to get Antonelli out. That'll bring up Devanchi Tejada. Tejada 0 for 2 on the day. Great opportunity here on senior day for one of the seniors to send the Highlanders, or set the Highlanders up for a possible victory. So we are in the bottom of the 6th. Highlanders with 2 runners in scoring position. Kevin Clark at third. Brady Roach at second. 2 away as Chris Cassidy gets his signal. Swung on and missed by Tejada for strike 1. Kevin Clark got a double off the left field wall earlier this inning and went to second on Brady Roach's getting on base. That's in there for a called strike 2. Caught the upper portion of the zone with the curveball. So now an 0-2 count to Tejada with 2 away here. Bottom of the 6th, Highlanders in a 2-2 tie with the Patriots of Revere. That one way up high. Ball 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Tejada. Tejada, one of the 5 seniors on this team, provided and has provided such great leadership throughout the season, helping get them to a 12-6 record at this point. That is swung on and missed. He did go around. Cassidy gets out of the inning, striking out Tejada. We remain tied as we go to the 7th. Yeah, I know. Not as bad as the English guys. The English guys were all over the place out there. Yeah. All right, leaving O'Sullivan out there. We are back for the top half of the 7th inning here at Trum Field. We got us a dandy, tied up 2-2 between the Patriots and the Highlanders. Aiden O'Sullivan remains on the mound after 6 innings of excellent work. He has 9 strikeouts through 6 innings. He's going to come out and look to finish this one off in this tie ball game. Hope the Highlander offense can put it together here in the bottom of the inning. He will face off against numbers 9, 1, and 2 for the Patriots as Sal DeAngelis looks at strike 1 to start the top half of the 7th. He'll be followed by Mikey Pop and Dom Boudreau. As DeAngelis puts a charge into it in center, but Tejada comes in about 4 steps, makes the catch easy as can be, and that's 1 away here in the top half of the 7th. That'll turn the lineup over. Mikey Pop will come to the plate. Pop has been excellent today as he is 2 for 3. He struck out looking back in the first, doubled in the 3rd, and then doubled again in the 5th, scoring in the 5th inning. That was the 2nd Revere run. Pop squares around, bunts it down the 3rd base line, and it's a foul ball. Very active strike there after Pop tried to bunt his way on. Bunted it just foul down the 3rd base line. So no balls, 1 strike now. The count to Mikey Pop. Curveball catches the corner for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Aiden O'Sullivan really pitching well out there right now. And he took a little bit off that one as well. Swung on and missed by Pop. 10th strikeout of the day of the game for O'Sullivan. That'll bring up Dom Boudreau with 2 away. Boudreau has been on base all 3 at-bats today. He walked back in the first, he singled and scored in the third, and he got on by virtue of an error in the 5th. He squared around to bunt, and O'Sullivan fielded the bunt, but his throw to first was up high over Jones's head. First offering from O'Sullivan was a ball. Second pitch is a ball as well to Boudreau. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count to Dom Boudreau. That's in there for a called strike on the fastball, catching that outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Boudreau. 2 away here, top half of the 7th, tie ball game, 2-2. So that's left outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike, now the count to Boudreau. Boudreau already walked earlier this game. Only 2 walks on the game so far, actually 3 if you count the intentional walk. That's a hot shot past the shortstop into left field. And Boudreau once again on base. For the 4th time today, Boudreau is on base. That'll bring up Chris Cassidy. Cassidy started the game at short, moved to second base, and most recently was on the pitcher's mound as he pitched the last inning for the Patriots. Boudreau running from first. Perfect hit and run there for the Patriots. As O'Donovan shifted over to cover the bag on the stolen base attempt, that is exactly where Cassidy hit that ball. It is a textbook hit and run, and it results in runners on the corners for the Patriots here in the top half of the 7th of a tie ball game. And that will bring up Giancarlo Miro, a very dangerous hitter for the Patriots. Miro had an RBI double back in the 3rd inning off the left field wall. And he is going to be walked. This is the 2nd intentional pass they have given to Mr. Miro today. They're going to walk the bases loaded to face Kyle Cummings. Cummings started this game on the mound and shifted to the shortstop position. Bases filled with Patriots, 2 outs. Tie ball game, 2-2, top half of the 7th inning. Aiden O'Sullivan in his 7th inning of work, and he catches the outside corner to start off to Kyle Cummings with the called strike 1. That one outside, good job by Roach as he was able to keep it from getting past him. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Cummings. One offering, swung on and missed, went fishing for the high heat, came up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Kyle Cummings. As O'Sullivan looking to get out of this trouble in the top half of the 7th inning. Bases filled with Patriots. 1-2 delivery from O'Sullivan is fouled back into the screen. We'll reset and do it again with a 1-2 count. Ball game tied up 2-2. Battle for 3rd place in the GBL regular season. Bases filled with Patriots. The 1-2 delivery is popped up into the screen once again. Cummings staying alive out there. Cummings started the game as the starting pitcher, went 4 innings, allowing 2 runs. Pitched very well. Young sophomore has an opportunity here with the bases loaded. That is a fastball roped down the left field line, and it is fair. Bourne makes the play out there. 2 Patriots are in, and it is a 4-2 Patriot lead here at Trum Field after the 2 RBI double, I should say, by Kyle Cummings. Cummings coming through when he needed to for the Patriots, scoring 2 runs here. So one heck of a hill to climb here for the Highlanders as they now trail in this game. Scoreboard says 3-2. It is 4-2. They just changed it. That'll bring up O'Brien, Bobby O'Brien. Swung on and fouled back by O'Brien. O'Brien 0 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out twice to third base and struck out once. O'Sullivan has pitched very, very well, but a real clutch hit there by Kyle Cummings with the bases loaded has got the Patriots in the lead late in this game. Pitch was up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to O'Brien. That's fouled. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to O'Brien. 4-2 lead now for the Patriots after the 2 RBI double by Cummings. That's a high chopper past O'Sullivan, taken on a hop. Clark fires it across and gets the out as O'Brien got his feet tied up, running down the first baseline. Looks like he's all right, though. That will do it for the Patriots, but not until they got 2 runs across on the 2 RBI double by Kyle Cummings. We move to the bottom half of the 7th. The Highlanders need some offense. They trail by 2. All right, we're going to leave him on the mound. At least I don't have to add another name.
All the people, all 5,000 people in the city of Somerville, all like 9,000 people in the city of Somerville are going to see that. He thought he was making... Dude, how are we going to close the game? Like, Chris is going to be on now.
We are back for the bottom half of the 7th inning as the Highlanders have coming up the top of the order O'Donovan, Bourne, and Jones. Highlanders need to get some runs as they gave up the 2-run double to Kyle Cummings in the top half of this inning, trailing now 4-2. Chris Cassidy staying on the mound for Revere. He came on in the 6th inning. Highlanders got 2 runners on against him, but he was able to pitch around that trouble and keep the game tied. And then Revere with that Cummings 2 RBI double were able to take the lead. First offering to Donovan is a ball. 1-0 pitch now from Cassidy is a ball as well. Stayed down low, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 offering. O'Donovan hits it to center field, and that catch is made out there in center by Mike Pop. Got a little bit interesting out there, but Pop made a great play on that ball. 1 away here. I'll bring up Ian Bourne. Bourne 0 for 2 on the day. He walked and was left stranded back in the 5th at second base. As that pitch is inside from Cassidy for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Bourne. Highlanders trailing here by 2. A win for the Patriots today gets them in 3rd place of the GBL regular season. A win for the Highlanders would get them in the 3rd place as well. 2-0 offerings pop back into the screen. Count moves to 2-1. Brendan Jones in the on-deck circle for the Highlanders. Bourne and Jones were the offensive powerhouses the last time these two teams met, an 8-4 victory for Somerville. Swung on and missed that time by Bourne. 2-2 is the count as Cassidy got that past him. Bourne was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Brendan Jones was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. As that one's outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Ian Bourne here, 1 away. So the Patriots lead 4-2 after scoring 2 in the top of this inning. Backs against the wall for the Highlanders. As Bourne swings and misses. And the Highlanders have 1 more out remaining as they trail by 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Brendan Jones coming to the plate. So Jones, the last hope for the Highlanders, has to keep things going here, get on base somehow, some way against Chris Cassidy. Cassidy looking to close this game out and get the win. That pitch is in there for a called strike 1 to Jones. Jones was hit by a pitch back in the 4th, scored the Highlanders' first run. Swings and misses there. 0-2 is the count, 2 away here, bottom of the 7th, base is empty. Highlanders trailing by 2. Cassidy delivers, that's up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Jones. That's popped up right at us over here as Miro made a great run at that ball but ran out of room. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is a curveball. It sweeps across the plate, called strike 3, and that will do it for this game as the Patriots able to put 2 across in the top half of the 7th inning, taking this game by the score of 4-2. That will move the Highlanders' record on the season to 12 wins and 7 losses. That will also move them to 11-4 in the GBL. The Patriots move to 13-7 overall and 11-3 in the GBL. That is good enough for 3rd place in the GBL for the Patriots. The Highlanders settling into 4th place in the GBL regular season. The win goes to Chris Cassidy. Aiden O'Sullivan taking the loss, his 2nd loss of the season. Highlanders will look forward. They have a game on Friday at Watertown and then waiting next week on Wednesday, June 1st. The playoff matchups will come out. The brackets will be released. You can check those out on MIAA.net beginning on Wednesday, June 1st. Highlanders will play a preliminary Division II playoff game probably on Friday, June 3rd. That will do it for us here from Trum Field. I want to say very quickly once again, thank you very much for everybody out there watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. We have now crossed over 1,000 subscribers to the YouTube channel at Somerville Ed TV. We really do appreciate that. Make sure you are liking, you are sharing, and you are subscribing so we can keep that going and we can keep bringing you Highlander athletics. It is great for us to do it. We really do enjoy it. That's going to do it for us here on Senior Day from Trum Field. Didn't end the way the Highlanders wanted, but they have the playoffs to look forward to. Thank you very much, Bill Trudell on camera, Joe Constantine with production. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV.